persuasive speech. Alright. If anyone in here can name the 5 meats that Chipotle serves, I'll give you a Chipotle gift card right now.
Barbacoa, steak, chicken, and wait. Carnitas. Yeah.
One more.
Right? Was one more? No way.
Yes, it is.
It's like a secret one or what?
No.
No.
Alright, so some time. Sorry. Alright. If you have a job that is in your profession and that you love it, great. If you have a job and you hate your job, or you hate your job that you had, this message is for you. And if you haven't been living under a rock, then you will be familiar with these famous find videos, such as this one.
Oh my God, I love Chipotle. Chipotle is my life.
And also this one.
I'm in love with Chipotle. I get that girl.
My boss, Ruth Gonzalez, said she started as a crew member on July 23rd of 2011. It was only supposed to be a temporary job, but she ended up loving and she ended up staying there. Now she is a general manager of her own store and is one step away from overseeing it and opening 3 more, which is called Restaurateur. CBS 2 News on June 25th says, 70% of employees are not happy or even engaged by their work. I want to share with you an opportunity that awaits people who are not only want a job, but also want to move up the ladder to a career. Working at Chipotle versus another restaurant will benefit you greatly. Steve Els founded Chipotle on July 13 of 1993 in Denver, Colorado, with the intention of only opening 1 restaurant. And as he opened up the restaurant, he wanted to only open up 1 so he can make enough money for a fine dining restaurant. But after the success of the second Chipotle, he quickly changed his mind, thus producing a chain of restaurants that have reinvented the fast food culture by serving food with integrity. Food with integrity means that we only get our protein and our produce from local farms less than 300 miles away. And we make sure that our animals are raised naturally and that they're well taken care of before their death. ABC News reported on January 14th of 2015 that Chipotle has stopped serving one of our popular meats, carnitas. Carnitas is our pork, and we found out that our pork supplier was not living up to Chipotle standards, so we stopped serving it. The culture of Chipotle is filled with people who work extremely hard and empowered to be top performers. If you do not want to work hard, then you do not need to be there, because it is a very, very tough job. Chipotle has a different meaning for empowerment and top performers. And upon demand, your managers will ask you any time of the day while you're working what each means. Top performer is someone who has the ability to perform excellent work and whose constant effort to do so elevates them, their team, and Chipotle. Empowerment is being confident in your ability and encouraged by your circumstances such that you feel at liberty and feel highly motivated to fully devote yourself to a purpose. Chipotle has such high standards that upon the hiring process, they are looking for people with 13 characteristics. The 13 characteristics are ambitious, happy, smart, polite, respectful, honest, conscientious, presentable, curious, motivated, hospitable, high energy, and infectiously enthusiastic. Chipotle believes that these characteristics cannot be taught, or you cannot learn them as an adult. You either have them or you don't. After being hired at Chipotle, you receive benefits such as medical, dental, and vision, which most restaurants, most fast food places do not offer. Another benefit of working Chipotle is, of course, receiving free Chipotle. When you work there, on your break, you get 1 free Chipotle meal, and if you decide to come off on your day off, you get 50% off on your meal. For example, if you decide to get a chicken bowl with guacamole, which is usually $8.45, with your deal at working there, you get 50% off, so now it's $4.25. I don't know about you, this sounds like a deal to me because Chipotle is kind of expensive. Now that you know the beneficial difference from working at Chipotle compared to any other place, let's get a little more personal. If you get a chance to work for Chipotle, you need to know that you're not just an employee or a co-worker. When you're an employee at Chipotle, Your manager cares and believes in each and every individual and cares about his or her team and want nothing more than to make the crew successful. When the crew feels encouragement and they become dedicated and empowered. In the best restaurants, we have a culture where every single individual on the team knows their importance, knows they want to bring the people around them up and make them better. It would also feel great about being exposed to a culture that is just plain fun to be a part of. At Chipotle, you are constantly working. It's very little idle time because we always have a line always to the door and we have to constantly move fast, fast, fast. And also, while you're moving fast, 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 your manager will ask you what a top performer is or what is empowerment. So you constantly have your ears open, listening and hearing. Working at Chipotle, you're part of the decision making there, although it is your sort. They ask you, you decide who should be promoted and who should be hired. As you know, life happens, and when it does, your managers do understand. A few times a month, you get to sit down with your GMs and you get to talk about anything. And it can be problems or stuff that's going on at home. You can just talk about it with you and talk about your progress and moving up the ladder of Chipotle. When I was training at Chipotle, it was 3 days into the training and we had all just met each other. And I had just gotten a 30-day notice that I need to leave my place and I have no place to go. And so my manager, Milton, he saw that I was not enthusiastic as other days as I was, and he sat me down and he asked me what was going on. I told him that I'm going to be homeless basically in 30 days and I don't have no place to go. So he reassured me that he would show me places to find if I do not find a place in time, and if I don't, he will personally help me look. Prior to 3 days, I had just met Milton, so Chipotle, they're not just bosses, they're people there that actually care for you. Now that you have a better understanding that Chipotle, you're not only, you're also a friend, let me explain more. If you're still not convinced on yet why you should consider working at Chipotle, let me tell you about a job opportunity that you wouldn't want to pass up. CEO Monte Morin in 2005 created an employee culture and the restaurateur program. The restaurateur is now the foundation for every position at Chipotle. Restaurateur is someone who picks the very best people, top performers, and the people with the 13 characteristics. People who become restaurateur are the ones who create a team of people who are passionate, so involved that they feel it's essential to the restaurant. They each feel that it's their own restaurant. Each of them has a sense of ownership over the restaurant, and each of the restaurants over there are developed and over their crew and the creation of delicious food. Countless people who come simply just looking for a job often find themselves leading dozens or even thousands of people who is still enjoying their career. It's fulfilling, fun, and financially rewarding beyond anything they believed. Chipotle's 95% of Chipotle managers were promoted within crew. They start off as crew manager, hourly manager, apprentice, junior manager, and then ultimately restaurateur. When the restaurant companies hire professionals, they rarely even look within their own people that work in their store. Chipotle, they almost never look at people in their own store. Because of our company is growing, there's lots of opportunities for people who are working in crew to just work their way up the ladder. We learned that experience in fast food companies will not benefit Chipotle because Chipotle actually makes and cooks all their own food. So, we don't have any microwaves or warmers or anything like that. We have a stove and we have a grill. So we make everything. Our crew members learn what they need to perform on the job and in return become future leaders of the company. It's an on-job training like never before. Now that I have presented you an awesome opportunity, let's wrap it up. When Steve Wells started Chipotle in 1993, he intended to open one restaurant, not a chain of 1,500 or more. Because of that, he broke all the rules of what a fast food place should be, and he's changed the game. As you know, throughout the speech, I was trying to convince you of making a change in your work life or just changing the job that you're working at right now. Chipotle opens a restaurant every 2 days, literally every 2 days. So there's an opportunity waiting for you. It's not only knocking, it's pounding. Thank you.